Hi, this is Bethany with Recherche Kennels, and we are so excited to introduce to you a beautiful boy, Mr. Black of Beulah and Lazarus's litter. Now, Mr. Black was born on December 17th. He has been in training for quite some time, and we know him very, very well. We are currently calling Mr. Black Bentley. This is a name that we did just start calling him. If you don't like this name, we can change that name with training. Now, Mr. Black is the largest boy in his litter, so we do expect him to mature somewhere between 90 and 105 pounds. Beulah, his mom, is 86 pounds, and Lazarus, his dad, is 103 pounds. Now, Mr. Black is scored on 3 different numbers for his personality and his Recherche score. The first number is he is scored a 4 out of 10 for dependency. This does mean that he is sweet. As you can tell, he likes attention and affection, but he is very happy to self-entertain, and most often he can be found playing with toys and doing his own thing. This means he will be a great fit for a family that's looking for a puppy that is going to be able to self-entertain, or that you may work a regular job and he's going to do very well being crated and not be a very needy puppy at all. Now, he is scored a 6 out of 10 for activity. This does mean he is slightly active, and he is slightly active for a Bernese. They are generally very laid back. This does not mean that he's hyper by any means, but with a slightly active number, this does mean that he's going to do very well in training. Now, he is scored an 8 out of 10 for confidence. He is the most confident boy in his litter. He is very outgoing. So along with that confidence score, you get a puppy that handles change very, very well. He's going to enjoy going out and doing new things, and he's also doing very, very well in training. Now, Mr. Black is currently enrolled in our Canine College training program. This is training until 16 weeks of age, and he can go home after completing that training program on April the 8th. The next training level is our master's training program. This is training until 20 weeks of age, and he can go home on May 6th. And then our last training level is our doggy doctorate program, and he can go home on June 17th. Now, there are 2 things that separate us from all other breeders, and especially with Bernese. We import and we have the healthiest adults, therefore we can produce the healthiest puppies. If you scroll down, you will see individual photos of his parents, Beulah and Lazarus. If you click on those pictures, it will take you to their individual pages. You'll be able to see more photos, as well as all of their health clearances and more about his parents. Now, the second thing that sets us apart is our Puppy Training Institute. So what we're going to do now is we are going to show you Bentley in training, as well as summarize our Puppy Training Institute.
Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That it builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training it's a little bit harder to show is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do Canine Good Citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now, we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Kuranda cot. You will definitely want to buy a Kuranda cot, because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older. And we train them, they cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The 2 other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training, and this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside, and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate, and a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out. and a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously, the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute.
Now, if you're interested in Bentley, please read through this entire page. If you scroll all the way down, you will see photos that we took of Bentley just today. Directly above those photos, you will see his individual pricing. Now, we are going to show you an example of pricing in this video, as it can be a little bit difficult to find. The example that you're going to see in this video is not his pricing, so you do want to make sure that you go to the page to see the pricing that is directly for him. Directly below this video, you will see a link that says puppy application. Click on that link, go ahead and fill that out and send it in to us. Someone will be in contact with you within 24 hours. If you don't hear from someone, please reach out, as we may not have received that puppy application. Now, we thank you so much for taking the time to see Bentley, Mr. Black of Beulah and Lazarus's litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.